how it goes. All right. This is N2.
Q, J-Rod,
and your friendly neighborhood beehole.
And fuck Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
I like that better anyway.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's a great way to start this fucking, what day did it happen? It started our week, right?
Yeah.
Monday morning,
Great way to start the week. Like,
well,
thank
today's
God.
Wednesday the 13th, as I was told previously.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the 12th, and that was the day that he got shit canned.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Either way.
Day 1 of 2021 without Brian Schottenheimer.
You know what? Glass half full, and we kind of talked about it a little before, but I'd rather win and keep Schottenheimer, to be honest. I don't like losing in the playoffs. But if you're going to look at a positive for the situation, it led to them firing fucking Schottenheimer. So
it's never positive to waste 12 wins in a season.
No,
though.
that's what I'm saying. I'd rather take the win and him still.
Where do we want to steer this ship? Do we want to steer this ship towards what the future offensive coordinator is, or do we want to look at Seattle's schedule and go, how legitimate were those 12 wins? You played 3 playoff teams.
So I'll start with this.
Right? I think the schedule was very... It was a cupcake. Let's just call it what it was.
It's reflective of what are, in as much as there's small moments where Pete Carroll fucks up, that our season tells you how well he's able to scout talent and put players in positions to win, especially defensively.
And I don't care if it was kind of a cupcake schedule. 12 wins in the NFL is 12 wins in the NFL.
Sure.
You got to give a little credit to that. I mean,
They lost to the Giants once.
Yeah, no, they did. But I mean, the Bengals beat the Steelers too.
They
Which is
could
not
have.
the Steelers.
Hey,
had more
Look, they had a
Can I
lot
jump
of
in?
early losses. The Patriots almost got them early. They had a lot of miracle wins that Russ had.
Last
They
year,
would have had a lot
I
worse.
agree.
You need to check your disrespect.
Oh yeah.
If the New York Giants win 2 more games, they're a fucking playoff team, buddy.
right.
What are you talking about?
And they're
6 and
If
10,
they're at
6 and 10.
They're at home.
And they're at home in the first
Yeah,
round,
if the
wild
Eagles won
cards.
that one fucking game there in the playoffs. All they had to do was win one more.
Yeah, no, I'm
so-
just giving you shit because they're
Yeah,
a
who do you
terrible
guys-
fucking
My
team,
disrespect
but
for the Giants is all-time high.
yeah.
Yeah, for them crying on Twitter
Yeah.
over just win some more fucking football games.
Yeah, that's definitely a portion of that one. But back to, I guess, where I foresee or what we should do, if Pete Carroll is at all serious about continuing this kind of success in the future, but actually making it relevant, I don't foresee the need of like Bevel or a Schottenheimer. I want to see somebody come in who is
Has
willing-
the keys to the whole offense, and
Yeah.
Carroll doesn't butt in and say, nope, I don't want you to do that, we do this.
Even if that's not the situation, at least a guy who's able to get in Carroll's ear and allow,
Hey, let's
Coach
hey,
him up.
here's the, if you're going to make a call here on 4th and 1, these 3 plays should be what you choose from.
Right.
And kind of be more of a offensive coordinator who likes to be up in the booth and not necessarily in the spotlight, and really put more of the keys into Russell's hands. Because hear me out. Hear me out.
Another
here.
question. I want to.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, let Russ cook.
No, and it's not. It goes with that mantra, but in all seriousness, who has a better chance of earning the keys to the offense? Russell Wilson or the guy that we all hired this year for our offensive coordinator?
Russell cooked up 6 points for the Rams on fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
But who knows? If that play calls, Schottenheimer saying, hey, let's go bubble screen to DK to keep him from throwing a fit.
Yeah. Well, I would ask this with Russ. Do we believe that Russ is capable to do what we see all the elite guys doing, checking things at the line, the Peyton Mannings of the world, the Bradys, the Brees? Because to be honest, Bevel, Shoddy, those offenses have looked completely the same to me. I know I'm going to keep pounding this. So is he capable to do that? Is it a Carroll thing? Is it his height?
So let me
He has to roll out. His athleticism is getting a lot worse. He ranked out as the 18th best quarterback the last 10 weeks of the year, right behind Teddy Bridgewater.
So-
and he looked like it. So is it him? Is it and we just talked about the cupcake schedule.
I think it's all play calling. But let me ask you this: so if the answer is yes to that question or to no to that question, that he can't or can, don't we deserve to know if we're paying him all of this money?
He's getting
To
35 mil.
bolster the play calling point. So I wonder if you could get a stat on how many of his passing yards and passing touchdowns were when the play was on schedule, you hit the,
It's a great stat.
None.
or the ones where it's Lockett running around fucking
It's
like a
backyard football.
backyard football. I bet you
The only touchdown this weekend was backyard
backyard.
football.
60% of his yards and touchdown passes are on
Yeah.
plays that are broken.
Absolutely.
Which means that it is a play calling issue because you're looking at his stats and you're thinking, okay, he's still doing well, he's still producing.
Okay, here.
But he's not based on the playbook. He's doing it based on his just pure talent.
So you've had.
So can he not see?
So to-
is it the play design?
No.
Is he not pulling the trigger because guys are open and he's not throwing guys open?
it's
He looks
predictable
gun
play-
shy. He
it's
looks shoddy.
It's predictable play design.
Okay, so
Yeah, definitely there.
It is.
Everybody knows what it's like. Mike Holmgren draw on 3rd and long. You know it's coming.
So to dive into it even more, right?
Mike Holmgren, I like that.
Yeah.
Too.
In
I was
my
not gonna-
opinion, you've had 5 years before this of Bevel, and then we took 2 years, 3 years of Schottenheimer, and there's been no difference in between them. And that's because neither of these guys are too different from each other. They're
I
not
disagree. There's a big difference between them.
really.
Daryl Bevel managed to get to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Ryan Schottenheimer never managed to get past the second round.
Well, Daryl Bevel was
Had a
carried by
legendary
the best
defense of all time and
in our
arguably
history.
the greatest back at his point in
Yeah.
his career. So
Sure.
that carried those early days.
Yeah.
Not number 3.
Here's the truth.
He was an appetizer.
If you want to talk about the play calling, I've heard all you guys talk, right?
Yeah.
After hearing all of you, you've convinced me that all of you are capable of being a better play caller than the two that we've had over the last, 6, 7 seasons. Because
1,000%.
the truth of the matter is this. As a Seahawks
Jared
fan,
for Seahawks offensive
we
coordinator.
will all put our name in the hat.
Application's already
Here's
in the mail.
Here's the honest to God truth of it, and I'm not trying
You
to
could do it.
I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, okay? But I'm going to beat a dead horse because every Seahawk fan on a couch can tell you, you hand the ball off to number 24 on 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
100 times out of 100 times, if you truly want to win the Super Bowl. I get you overvalue Russell Wilson and the mantra of him, winning the MVP, throwing the game-winning touchdown pass. My point is this.
We're there
though,
now.
right? That's where we're at
Because they failed in the playoffs.
My point is this: is by going in this direction, you're basically saying that your offensive coordinators have failed your quarterback. When I say, in fact, your quarterback has more or less gotten your offensive coordinators fired because he hasn't gotten the team over the hump on his own.
Oh,
He's relied
stop
on-
it.
He hasn't.
Stop it,
He hasn't
guys.
got to the NFC.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Defend him.
Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
you cannot put this on Russell in any way, shape, or form.
I
Has he
understand.
made poor decisions? Sure. But to say that this is not offensive coordinator, how many times have you seen Russell execute the play call, come around on a play action pass, and then it's fucking D-end? Because John Snyder, nor Pete Carroll, nor Bevel, nor Schottenheimer have ever put a premium on fucking protecting him. We'll give you all the weapons in the world. You want a rocket launcher? Here's a rocket launcher. You want a fucking sniper? Here's a sniper. You want a fullback? We'll get you a fullback. You want an offensive line? Left tackles are expensive, Russell. I don't know about that.
Tight end?
trade
We'll
him
trade
off.
your center.
They got Dwayne Brown. They've got
Okay,
Apati.
so look.
They've had offensive. He's holding the ball too long.
Can you guys realize for 2 seconds
Holding
here,
the ball
the
too
two
long.
offensive acquisitions you're talking about, are they north of 30? Offensive line, both of them. How old is Mikey Potty, and how old is
really
Dwayne
Jordan
Brown?
Simmons
Wayne
because
Brown's like
Apati
34
plays
years old.
half the
He's
snaps. Simmons plays the other.
Okay, so you
so
don't
it's a half
have
job.
Okay.
You don't really have a full
So-
Mike Apati, but a half Mike Apati is pretty fucking good too.
Sure, but I would sure like to have a.
Three-quarters of my
I would settle for just a fucking offensive line to protect him. At some point in time, you have to realize,
Damian
like,
Lewis looks like a good pick, but before that, we
Right.
completely struck out. I'm with you. We
100%.
went out and got Brown because we
What
couldn't
about a
figure out.
Good.
sure, terrible, good at giving you.
Are you denying that the Seahawks didn't have their most success when they had a great defense and a good running game? And
That's
Russell
where
was
the money.
third fiddle?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's where it was.
I'm not saying that there's any issues
man asked you a
with that.
question.
There's no issues with that at all. But to twist it to where you're asking that kind of question on what my statement of you've had offensive coordinators who have called play action rollout passes to where the teams have been showing you they're playing linebacker or safety blitz on cover situations, so you're literally running your quarterback into him, is fucking high school football. And for you to spin it to that question is just
Well, think about the
otherworldly.
resources that are being allocated now for Russell Wilson, including his own bottom line of $35 million.
Yeah.
You don't invest $35 million so you can have a good defense and a good run game.
We're married to Russ, though. This is almost a moot point because, like,
That's your problem with your offensive line, though. I'm just saying, you allocate so much money to
He's
one guy.
19% of the cap. Nobody in the Super Bowl era has won with that much money allocated to one position. So we're already hamstrung. We have to draft good, which recently we have been, but we all know before that, we hadn't really drafted too fucking good. So, and some of the trades for the multiple first-round picks hadn't worked out. The Hardens we missed. The fucking Graham trade, that was a fucking bust. So Schneider's tried, but he hit a home run with fucking Dunlap. DK.
No,
and this fucking DJ Reed, I know he fucking fumbled, but what a score that guy was off the practice squad.
I have a question before we transition to actual teams that are playing actual football.
We had to get that out.
So if there's one thing that you guys could see the Seahawks doing next year that will amplify their chances of going deeper into the postseason and having a chance outside of the offensive coordinator position.
Doug Peterson is who I want for offensive coordinator. Well, just get that out there right now.
If that's your number one move, that's cool. I'll let you go with that. But if there's a move out there that you guys want to see or a position that you want to see them upgrade, what is it?
Third down, back, speed at the backfield so we can have a lot of dump-off passes. I want a little bit more beef in the middle of the D-line. And I could use a very fast tight end or a slot guy. Cole Beasley would be nice. We need a slot guy. We need 3 options at wide receiver.
I would take anything left to right tackle that is bona fide to start every single down and make the blocks that need to be made.
I believe in Damian Lewis, so I think that one position's safe.
Sure. I think that you have...
Brandon Shell looked great. Dwayne Brown's not washed.
He got put on his ass a couple times.
Buddy, look, this is past
the point. They put
point.
up 30 points when that offensive line was together for until this last Rams game.
But look, the point is...
as a starting offensive
the
line.
point is that you are not going into a...
Posick looked terrible in this game, by the way.
You have, correct me if I'm wrong, but in my opinion, you have at least 4 games guaranteed every year, if not more, against top 5 defensive lines in every single year.
Playing the Rams too.
Guys, when we play the Rams, they get to put a 3-man rush on us and let Aaron Donald wreck the triple block and watch Russell run scared and wait for backyard bullshit to develop. It's a 4-man rush, you know. So
V-hole?
The only thing other than offensive line, because I'm with you there. I mean, look at the numbers of times he's been sacked over the last however many years.
It's too much.
It is a fucking issue.
How much of it's him, though? I'm there defending that he's taken half those sacks because he holds onto the ball waiting for the big play too much. He doesn't check it down.
There's more than half where they're right in his face within the first fucking second and a half of that.
It's not that line anymore, boys. It's not. I agree that it was.
The only other thing, and I'm going to agree with what you brought up, is a third down back. Because we don't have anyone who's fast who can really run routes out of the backfield that is solid. You know what I mean? I mean, all our running backs
Darren Sproles type guy. Yeah.
We've seen Carson make some fucking phenomenal catches, but he's not running routes that are breaking those linebackers' ankles and fucking just being wide open in the flat to get the first down.
They need more of that to be able to do what every other team does. Motion him out, get a linebacker on him, and throw a Texas route, a little quick out, just to get 2-3 yards. We don't.
Yep, exactly.
We know what we're doing on short yardage. It's that fucking read option.
We're all more qualified to be play callers because we have way more Madden experience than these guys have actual real play calling experience.
And we could talk about this for another fucking hour, to be honest.
I'd like to see the Seahawks get a center. A true center is great value for a quarterback.
It's been a fucking issue.
The next best friend...
Or not Britta. Who did... Unger.
Unger was part of the Graham trade.
One of the worst trades.
Jimmy Graham trade.
Getting rid of Guacamole, getting rid of Unger. Yeah.
Oh,
at 40.
Right.
All right, so...
we got actual football.
To real football now.
Rams, Bills
that deserve to be talked about.
The team that eliminated the Seattle Seahawks that we like. Yeah, the Rams.
Rams Packers in Green Bay. Green Bay
6.5.
6.5 point favorite.
Oh man.
I like the. I mean, who's starting this off? I'll wait my turn.
give me the Pack.
Are we picking right now, or are we going to even break it down?
I don't know how. I mean, they've got a really good secondary, but it's cold winter, and I think Green Bay.
I think Jalen Ramsey's on fire, literally, both physically, the cold's not going to bug that guy.
Yeah.
When he's going to be fucking jacked up.
Yeah, he's always...
He thrives for the prime-time ability to shut a receiver down, and that's exactly what they're...
He's going to shut Adams down.
Yeah,
but the other side of the coin is what I'm looking at. That Packers D has been sneaky good, and I don't see the Rams. I don't know how they're going to get any points.
Honestly, though, the Pack is middle of the pack. I looked it up before we went on. They're middle of the pack. They're 13th run defense. And how did Goff's not going to light up the fucking scoreboard.
But they did shut Henry down a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
that game should hold some weight. They got...
I don't know.
I actually think, and I know...
Game makers look pretty fucking good.
I mean, I'm picking Green Bay. I have reasons to go that way because I just don't want to keep beating up the Hawks, but I don't know how impressive that win. I'm just not trying to be an asshole,
true,
but
too.
I got
also
some
very
reasons to pick Green Bay.
I'm picking Green Bay.
Hey,
Go for it.
How about this guy named Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
He's,
MVP.
Never heard of him?
he's only thrown 48
Never heard of
touchdowns
her.
and only 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
I never heard of numbers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
48
Those are
touchdowns
made
and
up.
5 interceptions.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest,
hell.
and you're going to laugh at me.
They also got
Beho.
an 1,100-yard rusher to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Rams have a really good rushing defense, though.
You've heard me talk ill of
The bye
Adams,
always matters, too.
It does.
Historically, the bye is always those
but
teams
it's
come
not
out.
a fun area to play in this time of year, first off.
Ever.
And secondly,
The Rams thought they should have lost last week. They're working on borrowed house money at this point.
But that could be half the reason they're jacked up.
I mean, Jalen Ramsey is really good if he's covering a go route, or if you're going to have a guy in front of him who's going to come up and do a slant or an in, and it's not complex routes. But the one thing that Green Bay does bring that's really difficult is complex routes. You've got,
Adams runs them very well.
and if you're gonna go after Adams with
Ramsey
Jalen
knows he
Ramsey,
has safety over the top, too. So he really only
So then
has
you
to
have to
take
worry
out
about-
that out route because they like to play a lot of like cover 2 and
But
4
then you
and
have-
drop their safeties.
Valdez Scantling, who's healthy on the other side, and Rodgers
that
just
guy's-
does this. And
Well,
it's,
hey, Aaron Donald has a rib cartilage thing, too. I
Right,
mean,
he's
Thanos, he only played 40 last week.
yeah, he's
so
hurt.
I got one more point about the Green Bay Packers.
Feel free.
Hey, that one guy, Devonte Adams, who Jalen
Yeah.
Ramsey's going to go up against.
Oh,
he's only got 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
And,
He's the number 1 receiver in
18
football right now.
Yeah, he's
not
doing
close.
amazing.
Yeah, 18 receiving
It's
touchdowns.
fucking ridiculous.
That's more touchdowns than there are weeks.
And I was
in
by
the
no means
Yeah,
saying I'm
no,
taking
he's-
the
He's getting to
Rams
that
this
Randy
game.
Moss era
All
with
right,
Brady.
picks, mine, Packers.
I'm going to go Packers, too. I was just bringing up a
Cheeseheads.
point that...
Go, Pack, go.
I don't know if it's going to be as big of a blowout as everyone's thinking. With 6.5, 7 basically being the number, I think the Packers still cover, but it's closer than a lot
What's
of
the over?
I
45 and a half? It's going to be over, too.
45.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be over.
I think
It'll be
Packers are going to
Pack win.
rough shop these guys.
So we're
I
table
do,
locking.
too. Table lock.
Table lock Packers.
Which we predicted.
Next one's exciting. Ravens Bills.
Oh,
In
God.
Buffalo.
I'll let you
man.
boys have that. I got some thoughts on that.
Here's the question.
Man.
Is Lamar Jackson going to be able to throw the ball this weekend?
Sure.
He's not going to need to because the Bills aren't very good against the run. That's the unfortunate numbers there, boys. They're 20th against the run.
And
He doesn't
okay.
need to throw it.
Give Lamar 2.5 points.
And guess what the fucking Ravens do good on defense? They fucking have a great pass defense.
Yeah.
So Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters,
Peters, yeah.
they're going to be all over Diggs and Beasley and Allen.
But, okay.
But I mean,
You can't
that's
cover
the
Diggs.
numbers. I'm going to root for the Bills, but I think I don't even know what the numbers
pull that
are.
up.
The Ravens are winning this game.
Oops. Fat fingered.
Well, we're at 2.5 on
So-
the line. So the Bills are
1,500?
favored by...
No,
Guys.
that's easy money.
No, so
Bills are
look.
favored by a field goal.
Yeah, Bills might
Over
still win the
under
game, but I think the
50
Ravens definitely cover this shit. They,
You guys have put some... Devonte Adams is very good. Stephon
This might be
Diggs
money line.
is the number one
He is
wide receiver.
receiving yards.
He's the number one
receptions.
wide
He looked
receiver.
illegal
Before
last
we make
week.
the picks real quick, side bet, who has more catches this week, Devonte Adams or Stephon
No,
Diggs?
catches or yards?
Catches and yards.
Oh,
Okay.
Diggs.
I think Adams has more catches. I think Diggs has more yards.
I think Diggs will have more of both.
Diggs will have more of both.
More of both.
No, that's tough.
Look at the receptions.
No, I know, but it doesn't matter.
He has 127. What does
go
Devontae
Diggs.
Adams have?
Diggs has
He's the
more.
entire offense.
Devontae was out
Yeah,
a couple weeks, though.
because I think Diggs.
I think Adams.
I am so torn on this.
I think Adams has more touchdowns. Diggs has more receptions.
Yes, I'll go that.
I think
Adams
Diggs
has
is-
more touchdown. Diggs has. Yep, that feels right.
Diggs blows
Did
me
you guys
away.
fill out your shit for the ESPN shit this week?
Yep, we did.
Have it. I'll do it. Calm
Anyway,
down. It's Wednesday.
Homework.
It's Wednesday. My
We're going
weekend.
over, right?
My weekend's tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Ravens.
I'm going Ravens.
We got a pen in this motherfucker.
Ravens.
The Ravens.
They're going with the Ravens.
Yeah.
The Bills was your lock last week.
Boy, what the fuck are you doing? Listen.
Did you just transmorph into Bruce?
Hey, listen.
Like how he shook
How
his
the
fucking head,
fuck
too.
are you gonna pick against the fucking Bills? You ever seen what happens if a Raven's in the way of a buffalo? You got a fucking mud pie. Now listen, I know what you're saying. The run defense isn't great for Buffalo, but for fuck's sakes, they've got fans.
Yes.
The mafia's inside the stadium.
Cuomo decided it was okay because he's a Bills fan that he'll open that up.
Let it happen. Fuck it. COVID doesn't
He
matter.
dusted off his fucking thermal. He's a thermal Thomas.
Josh Allen is
Nobody.
here. He's proving himself. I don't know how you stop him. I don't know how you stop Diggs. The minute you think you do, this little fucking wanker by the name of Beasley shows up over the middle, takes it 65 yards. How do you stop it?
Bruce Lee, I'd like to bring up the injury report.
All right.
Cole Beasley, questionable.
He's fine. He's fine.
Stephon Diggs, questionable. They might be playing, but Adams played for Seattle, I believe, this last weekend, banged up, and it clearly showed. You know what I mean? This is end of the season. I mean, guys get worn thin, and they're on the fucking injury report.
You ever seen the fucking game called Blitz?
How many coconuts are we betting, Brucey?
Oh, I'm getting double or nothing. I haven't even sent the fucking sparrows yet.
That's a swallow.
Man, you fucking wankers keep trying to bring swallows into it. They're smaller, fucking stingier birds. They'll never bring the fucking coconuts to you. It's a fucking swallow.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens, though. I just feel good about it. I feel like
you fucking
I
funeral,
talked about
mate.
it the last week of the season. They've been trending upward, right?
Yeah. They were 7-5.
Yeah.
We talked about it on this show when they were 9th. If they were even and they were going to be a disappointment, and they've completely turned it around. So they got the Titan off their back.
Yeah, literally.
They took it off.
Playoff win. So did Allen, obviously.
I love the Bills. I mean, they're so exciting. They're the funnest team to watch, I think, in football. So I'll be rooting for the Bills. I'm just with those. You get points.
So the picks the Ravens?
Just because of the points. So, Bills could still win the game.
So Brucey, Bills, you two, Ravens.
Yeah.
And two?
We're going to have a split table.
Yeah, so
We're
we
going to
already
go with
Bills?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Bills.
All right.
Yeah, for the simple reasoning that I think that if you need to generate large chunks of yards at any point in the game, that although the Ravens can chew it up on the ground and potentially control the clock, Buffalo has shown that they have the ability to score, very quickly.
In
the
bunches.
under 3-minute offense.
It's exciting.
And it just takes a couple of those within a game. And when do you see Lamar Jackson, going over the top late to, make stuff happen? Not very often. It can happen. I'm not saying he's, dog crap. He's not. He's a former MVP.
Busted out a 50.
He got his first playoff weekend.
But I like the Bills.
And they had the ultimate troll job.
I like the Bills with just too much offense.
That was awesome. McAfee was all over that with the on emblem doing that bullshit.
Yeah.
50 points was the over-under.
And
I like the over.
It would have been a turn-off to me if it hadn't been done to them.
Right.
That's what
Titans started this shit.
Yeah,
Remember when,
exactly
when
it.
Henry had it and he was running in and I think he yelled, "Game!" and you could fucking hear it because there's no crowd. He's just fucking getting that was huge. I think this is that Ravens team that last year we all thought was going to run roughshod. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it looks like a Ravens-Chiefs AFC Championship game.
Oh, stop.
Fucking rapid. Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
Next game.
Unfortunately.
Is Cleveland getting there?
Yeah, absolutely. We won't get into it.
Cleveland
We won't
versus
get into
Cleveland?
it. Hold
that
on.
could happen.
Hold
We
on.
haven't got
Hold
into
on.
that.
Hold
you
on.
could have Cleveland versus old Cleveland.
Hold on. So before
Holy
we get there,
shit.
I
I hadn't even thought of that yet.
Here's why me and Brucey are with the Bills. Lamar Jackson's whole entire attitude going into this playoff was the fact I've never won a playoff game. He's won one. You've now put that fire out a little bit. When he was wanting to get to playoffs, he was wanting to show 31 other teams that they made a mistake on passing on him and allowing him to be picked up. So in my opinion, I think that fire's out a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit of a rough atmosphere to walk into because the Bills are a formidable team in every which way.
But the Bills just won their first playoff game in 25 fucking years.
About Lamar, though, real quick. I feel
So
the
that's a
opposite.
huge...
I feel like the pressure of having not won one yet is greater than losing the flame of finally I won one.
Yeah. No, for sure. I just feel like if you come into it with the mindset of I've never won one and that's why everybody's having disrespect against me, then I feel like you're just kind of opening yourself up to have a letdown game because then it's not easy to have that fire in your belly like it should have been about winning the Super Bowl. So I think it's Bills. I like what Josh Allen's done. Even when the play breaks down, Cat's mobile and he's hard to bring down.
Dude, that play where it was supposed to be a run and he fucking pushed it? What was that? He shot a 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
he just does
he's really
different
good.
shit.
Really good.
I mean, it's just doing shit like Pat
Is he available?
Trade for Russ.
Let's go into this next
Yeah,
one.
round
Let's do
two,
this.
actually.
Let's do
This
this.
is Chiefs team.
What's the numbers on that?
Jared has been touting how
10?
overrated
10
they are.
points?
Facts.
For how many weeks? When did this blasphemy first start?
And
points
it
is
is,
the number.
he's not going to
Month
like
and
the
a half.
numbers of the stats with that Browns
10 points.
horrible secondary. Wow, they're injured. They got to stop this shit.
Don't matter.
Andy Reid off a bye.
Yeah,
Don't matter.
off a bye.
I can't
Defending
believe
world
they
champions.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that.
Don't matter.
I loved every second of it. It's
Baker
fucking-
Mayfield is fueled by the words of Colin Cowherd. They're taped up inside of his locker every day as a reminder of what's said.
I love
And
Colin.
he knows
points
how
is a
much
lot.
Colin loves to just Andy.
Yep.
So get ready, because Baker's coming to play. And on top of it, Myles Garrett is a very real problem. On top of it, Nick Chubb is a very real problem. And if Nick Chubb is playing atmospheric football, like he has been since he came back from injury, how hard is it to throw to that fucking shitty slot receiver Jarvis Landry? Oh, not hard at all.
No.
Is this a game that the Browns can, in fact, control the clock up and down the field? Because why? The biggest personality isn't the head coach. It's Baker Mayfield. Absolutely.
Remember that time they played the Texans?
Yeah, they were
in the
down
playoffs?
24-0.
And they scored how many unanswered points?
Look,
34,
I mean, their offense is just
41.
it's broken.
Yeah, I
broken.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying that it's
Who are you
in.
going to shut down?
It's, bro. As
Le'Veon Bell?
someone who watched a great offense
Tyreek Hill?
in college football,
Travis
the
Kelce?
only way to stop it is to not give them the ball. What are you going to do if they get the ball at kickoff and they drive down the field 14, 16 plays and they score? Or if you just can't stop Nick Chubb, legitimately,
They score
or
more than that.
Kareem
They
Hunt.
score more. They'll score
As,
more.
As Kenny Powers would say, I'm cutting in.
Right,
Right.
and to be on top of it,
Fucking.
so
This
like,
is going to be a bloodbath, dude.
Yeah.
Garrett didn't even practice today. They cannot stop the pass at all. They had injured guys all over the field. I don't know if TJ Ward's playing. Myles Garrett didn't play. They got this COVID. Their offensive line is decimated. This is Andy Reid off a fucking bye. I don't want to know what the numbers are. They're probably 25-2 or something silly like this. They're going to win by 3 scores probably in this game. They're going to blow it up. Mahomes is going to be doing his shit. This is going to get ugly. I
don't think it's that big of a blowout.
I think it's going to be
the Browns
ugly.
are decent,
The
but-
Browns got what the Browns mission accomplished. You won a playoff game. They hadn't done that in a long fucking time.
Can I get in here real quick?
Yeah,
Come on in, the water's fine.
I just want to slow down the pace because we're all,
we're getting a little worked up.
worked up. For right reasons.
Little
Right?
distortion
The
in the
Browns
microphone.
are in the second round of the playoffs. Holy shit. They actually won a game to get there,
Yes.
too. They didn't get a bye. They actually won a game. Think about this for a second, though. They went on the road, and they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, who were kind of drowning.
What a
right?
huge
They were
win.
bluffed, right? But their defense was not a bluff. You know, we got a whole bunch of stats throughout the entire year about consecutive weeks with sacks, records, you know, Minka Fitzpatrick this. The Browns went in there and put their foot right down, right on their throat from the very beginning and didn't let off. They're playing with house money at this point.
So did the
Hold on.
Bengals.
Double-digit favorites in the playoffs in the second round can't be great at all the time at covering the number. To me, this is easy money to take the Browns in the 10 points. I'm not saying they win the game outright, but gosh, man, they got a real good chance to
10 points.
maybe win the game outright because, like Jared's mentioning, they can run the ball extremely well and they can control the clock. And I'm not so quite down with the Andy Reid off a bye type mindset because, you know, Andy Reid has lost games off a bye in the playoffs before as well.
Usually
Big
loses in the NFC Championship game back in the day.
I'm not 100% sold on the mindset that just because we earned a bye, they got beat bad by the Chargers at home.
Look,
They got bored against the
I
Falcons.
get
They
it.
could have lost that game. I'm not 100% down with the Chiefs in 10 points. No, easy
Juju-
money on the Browns.
Okay, yeah,
We can agree to disagree.
right.
Thank you.
I'm just saying the Juju
Another
thing
split table.
with Cleveland, that kind of set them on fire, and I loved it. As far as a fan, that might be one of my
Is it
top
fair-
10 favorite games ever to
it
watch.
fair to say that
see
Baker-
Cleveland get over on Pittsburgh in a playoff game. I love that. I don't want to take that away. This is the defending world champions. We
saw-
can move on to the next game.
I'm just saying they might, if the game runs late, and the other game kicks off, they're going to fade away from that game to the other game because it's already decided by
We
a
saw
landslide.
what the social media did to fire the
We know
Browns
what's happening
up,
here.
right?
We're going to go to the other game.
Sure.
They all got on their thing and said Brown's going to Brown, right? Because that's what the Steelers said.
That's
right?
what Juju said, yeah.
Listen, Claypool just said right after, all
They're
don't
gonna
matter.
get clapped.
They're going to
I
get clapped by
fucking
the Chiefs.
idiot.
Dude,
Shut up.
they're all on social media still. They all
Yeah.
hear this stuff. They're going to
It's
figure
so-
out a reason to go out and play hard.
As much hate as you can put on Baker Mayfield for whatever reason, who this Baker is right now is that guy that you saw that made everybody go, hey.
I liked Oklahoma Baker. I liked the Kansas thing. They didn't want
It's
to
the
shake his
same
hands.
thing. No,
I like that
This
shit.
is him now. You don't think that
It's
these guys
athlete.
have,
He
bro?
shook something else.
He shook something else,
No,
right? I like
no.
Mayfield.
There's so much disrespect going into this game. I mean, the way that it's dismissed even here on the show, you have where it's, hey, it's a 10-point. They're fucking giving 10 points. I'm not saying you. I'm saying, but the dismissal coming from our two compadres here,
Sure.
where it's like this is going to be a fade-out game.
Yeah,
This
we're
isn't.
gonna
They're going to be
Baker
up by
get
3.
disrespected though and crumble also.
It can, but it was
For like a season and a half, right?
But this is
Every week?
it's never been in this magnitude. I feel like you
They
actually.
just don't have the defense to stop this wave.
I don't
Unless
think you
Mahomes
need
has a
to.
meltdown.
Mahomes has been having meltdowns. He threw 4 fucking picks to Miami.
Miami's a great. Are we comparing the Browns to the
I'm
Miami
comparing
Dolphins
that.
defense?
I am saying that just like you watch
Arguably the defensive player of the year in Xavier Howard. That's
look,
not the same fucking team.
just the same way as in any fucking sport at all, any given Sunday, the greatest fucking quarterback, and everybody loves to jump down Pat Mahomes and how he's great. But look, Pat Mahomes can get inside his own head, and having a week off and thinking, oh, I get to come in to Cleveland, they got the worst secondary out there, I'm going to fucking
This could totally be a Russ
flip
game.
the hair and go that way with it and do what I want.
It
but
could be. I'm writing down Russ, but the thing that they are is they're the fucking Golden State Warriors of football. They can all of a sudden put 21 up on you, and you go, what in the fuck just happened?
Like that.
And a team like Cleveland at that point will go, oh, we're just going to crush like this fucking can. Just
Do you know
like
what you
that.
need?
Ooh, yeah.
And they're fucking done.
Do you know what you need
Just
in
to
order
bring props into the
to
show.
score 21 points?
I crush you like
If you're down by the points that they are, do you know what you need going against you in order for you to score 21 points?
Time, right?
So you need one, you need the ball,
running.
and then 2, you need a team that's going against you that is willing to air it out first, second, and third down or some variation of it. In the Browns offense, if they are up by 2 scores, get ready. They're going to put 3 tight ends on the field, a fullback, and Nick Chubb, and they're going to go 3.5 yards. Okay, cool. Wind that clock. 3.5 yards. Wind that clock.
If they're up by 2 scores.
Yeah, it can happen. This is what I'm talking about. The disrespect like that.
Listen, I agree with that disrespect because last week I got
Yeah, I went Steelers.
I got
I got
killed.
to eat it.
No, it wasn't that. I was like, hey, you think the Colts scored 24? Oh, well, yeah, max 24. What'd they end up
You were
with?
right.
You were right.
24.
Yeah.
What? Come on, Nick, don't pick against the Hawks. Yeah. I did it anyway.
What was that sound?
Yeah, so that sounds good right
I just
now.
know that the
Can't
Chiefs
bring
could
that
score
into it.
21 points in
Yeah.
like 45 seconds.
All I'm saying.
I hear the
yeah, no,
disrespect. I hear the disrespect.
I'm just saying.
I don't need to say anymore. Case closed.
Bullshit.
Fucking
Split
hang it.
table.
I can't wait to
Split
Whatever.
table. Moving on.
This is the game I'm probably most excited for, to be honest with you guys. The last
Really?
The only
one.
thing
The
that sounds
quarterback
better-
matchups. Why? It's the first time that Breeze and Brady have played in the playoffs.
It should have happened 10 years ago, like Pacquiao.
And I love the picture that's going around of them aged. Have you
Yeah.
seen that? It's pretty fucking funny. But I don't know. I just, as far as like from being a true football fan of the game, it's just cool to see those guys.
Saints and Bucks.
Of course.
Saints, Bucks.
Third time the charm.
Saints at home again.
Now you get to have all the cliches. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a year.
yeah.
Well, we know what we saw. We saw 2 games of New Orleans Saints defense getting home against Brady and pounding him.
And
They've got offensive line problems. A couple other guys are injured. I'm not ready to pick this game yet.
Real
I'm just
quick, though,
want to talk it
The
through.
emergence of Antonio Brown the last few weeks.
Yeah.
He's still good at
They're
playing
designing
football.
a lot of
He's
plays.
always been
I
good
know he
at
has, and he's
football.
not great. Brady seems to have some sort of
I want to
control
look
of
at
the
the
guy.
numbers
at
on
least.
this.
He's always wanted to have him.
Yeah, and now he's got him, and they're utilizing
Who
him.
doesn't want him
He's
besides Pittsburgh?
hurting people. Yeah, I don't want him in Seattle.
I don't think it meshes well. Not inside that locker room.
Nope. Russ would be praying for him too much.
No, I think that avenue
Russ
would be
should pray for
fine.
himself.
Russ wanted him, but
Russ
he
can
wanted to
barely-
go play with
We're not having
Brady.
cheerlead back to the
Yeah.
Russ can
Get out
barely
here.
cook a frozen dinner.
Yeah, no, back to the... I don't see how the Saints lose this game. I'll start with that.
The Saints are a great team.
Their defense is
Saints minus
good.
3.
Saints minus 3.
No. I think it'll be Saints handily.
Yeah, I don't think that the Bucs are going to be able to run the
Unfortunately.
ball very well against the Saints. I mean, if you had to lean on a certain aspect of, what Tampa Bay does well, it's pretty much just Brady trying to manage what he sees at the line of scrimmage and trying to put guys in the best position to win. It's year one with his guys and year one with his offense, and Sean Payton's brilliant at game planning, and Dennis Allen's a good defensive guy.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Who's got a better defense, the Saints or the Washington football team, you think?
Saints.
That's
By a
pretty.
lot?
That's
By a
pretty.
lot?
No, they got a guy that's got 13 and a half sacks that's coming
I
back
don't
this
care
week.
about
and
a
Hendrickson.
guy, but Saints have got a better.
DVOA has them better, and they're probably right there with the
It's
football
pretty close,
team.
right?
It's close. Yeah, it's going to be the same.
So, and Brady put up 31 against them.
I'm still thinking.
It's
I
playoff,
don't-
it's playoff
so-
Tom.
What's happened
I
in the
don't.
first... Okay, what happened in the
Well,
first two matches?
here,
Saints
and
won.
Behold, I love it. He hit right on it. Here's the thing. If we go with our eyes and what we saw, we picked the Saints. And we did that last week. Nick went with the Titans, and I went with the numbers, and I went with the Ravens. My eyes said Titans win that game.
Yeah.
Now, in this game, the first two regular season games, clearly Saints. But when I look at New Orleans' playoff history and the choke job, and we can talk about pass interference, clearly was the Minnesota Miracle and just the debacle they've had.
Yeah.
And then I look at the guy that nobody's done it better than this guy. So if you look at that, and you just go on that, you go with Brady. It's not even questionable. So if I'm going, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah. I'm going to go with the GOAT. I'll go Brady.
I'm
I'll
going
go
Bucs
Tampa
as well.
Bay.
And here's, I want the Saints to win. Honestly, if I could pick someone to win the Super Bowl this year, I'd like to see Breeze get one more. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Be cool to see Allen win one too, but whatever. But I think that playoff Tom is just a different fucking human being.
And they didn't beat the Bears like gangbusters. That game was nip and tuck and
And
kind of
Drew Brees,
ugly a
we
little
still don't
bit.
know how
You guys
much
don't
those
like
ribs are
being up
affected.
21-3 with literally no time left on the clock until they score a garbage touchdown and make an 11-point
but it didn't-
face mask. It looked good. 11 points, right? In the box score. The Bears got absolutely beat down.
How many punts were there on that game?
Yeah,
The
it
Bears
was
won
ugly.
like 12 times.
Yeah. I get it.
No.
So this entire
I don't think you do because you're picking the.
I'm going with the play. I'm going with the Saints blowing this and choking this.
One name.
I'm
one
going on
name
the
right
choke
now.
job.
I'm telling you right now, this man is going to put the entire Saints defense on his back and single-handedly wreck the entire game plan for the Bucs. His name is Cameron Jordan,
Yeah, he's an awesome player.
He's really good at football.
and
With
he is
Anderson.
going to neutralize the run, and Tom Brady, is going to have a problem. I feel like Tom Brady's really good at the checkdowns or finding the middle
yeah.
Getting
when
the
the play
back.
breaks down.
They're not-
Yeah.
And he's going to be all 6'8", or whatever he is.
So you're saying you could see a lot of pissed off, fucking red hot Tom, which I love.
I think you see red
Yelling
hot
at
Tom.
guys. Yeah.
I
Won the last game 38-3
Yeah.
in Tampa.
It was bad.
and they have so on top
I
of.
told you I'm going against my eyeball and I'm going with playoffs.
No, I get
It's
you.
crazy.
I mean, it's,
I don't know.
You're going
No.
against your logic.
Look,
I can't root against. I can't.
No,
go
I
against
get
Brady.
it, man.
I-
If this was the Super Bowl, I'm with you. I don't care who it is. I'm with Brady.
Can we all admit?
Saints.
Can we all admit that we all also, if Tom does win another Super Bowl,
He's-
whether it's this year or not, you got to give him credit.
Sure,
like
well,
you
of
got
course
to at
we'll
least
give him
pay
credit.
homage.
It's not going to happen. The Saints are
The
going to win
fact
and
that I
cover.
say that, but
No, if he wins one now, I'll respect him more.
Who dat? Who dat? Who dat?
okay, I want to bring up a real quick point. So, all 4 games, me and Q same choice. You two same choice. Except
It's
for the
really
table
weird.
lock, except for the table
I
lock.
don't like this. This
No,
is
it's
not
really
coordinated.
strange.
I didn't plan it. I didn't. Yeah, just went
No.
with the gut on these
It's
games.
the
Yeah.
BQ versus the.
We need to do a team
NS.
bet.
Like I said, it's all numbers though. I think
Team betting.
Yeah.
We need to do a team pot.
Who wins more money this week?
No, it'll be a good week of football, but I think there'll be some shocking games, namely the Browns fucking throttling the Chiefs.
Oh, come on. I didn't say. You're not. I'm not on record for that.
No.
I just said that it's easy money to cover 10.
Oh, all the Chiefs fans are gonna fucking cry and run home. We got beat by Baker.
then you'd have Cleveland versus Cleveland.
Yeah, let's go.
The old
They'll drop the ball there.
The old Baltimore. If somehow we could have gotten the Colts involved where they left town too.
Yeah.
You know?
Colts
No.
tried to beat those Bills that everybody's standing by last
January
week.
16th?
Played them fucking tough.
Could have 3 versions of Baltimore in there.
That's
I know.
this weekend. That's what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Connor. Okay.
No, that one's not for a couple weeks.
we gotta do the.
So first off, I'll stop before we jump into what we're going to jump into, and
Yeah.
I will ask this question. Anybody watch Nick Saban after he won his 6th trophy?
Well,
Yawn.
No.
But what did he do?
That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point.
It's just like whatever now.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
No, I think it was different. He was on the stage crying,
Did he cry?
wiping tears from his face, hard as shit, crying, looking out at everybody and sitting there crying. Is that a man thinking about the end?
It might be.
What more do you do?
Right.
You've won 6
Well,
national titles.
After seeing the Hawks, I'm gonna bring it. How exciting was that Alabama offense with those like weird motions that they put
Can we get
Smith
Nick
in
Saban in
and
there?
like that was all Sark. That was all Sark.
That was Sarkisian.
That was that playbook. It's
Look at how
unbelievable. He gets a guy in motion and then runs. I mean, that game was crazy with the athletes on there. Can the Hawks get like a one of those backs? Either one, any of them that I saw in that game.
Here you go. Here's the video. Look at that man.
Yeah, that might be it, man.
Look at
He's
him.
done?
Look at him. What more do you
I
do?
think the rest of the college football would be happy if that was the case.
I don't think he's done.
I'm not saying that he's done, but why? It might be. There's no guarantees that you're winning a national title every year show up. Now, granted, it's a good chance with Alabama,
What, 80%?
but there is no guarantees with Alabama. This very well, if he's got 2-3 more years that he's thinking about, this very well could be the last title that he's guaranteed. It's just a weird video. I saw that. I have literally never seen that man show emotion winning national
It'd be like seeing
title.
Belichick cry.
Right, exactly. Same thing. It just blew me away. I saw that video and I was just like, wow.
I just want to point
Wow.
out real quick from that game that the odds makers were super, super right on the money with the over-under. They had it at 75 and the closing was the 76.
That's impressive.
1 point on the over there.
How'd they do that?
Oh, it's like they get paid to do it for a living.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, before we jump off for the evening, big news out of the National Basketball Association with James Harden
Yeah.
going to the Brooklyn Nets, who sold the bag
Yeah.
It makes
to
the league even less
everybody.
exciting.
Real quick, does this improve Brooklyn's chances of winning a championship this season?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got arguably. I mean, you got the MVP of the league. Now you have.
Do they get to the championship game?
Yes.
Do they play
Who in the
Yes.
East beats him?
Yeah. Now in the
Who in the East beats him?
I still like the Celtics.
Okay.
No.
I mean, yeah, Peyton
They
Pritchard's
might.
an
I
animal.
mean, with that threesome,
The Celtics.
I got to see them play
Jason
and see what they
Tatum,
look
Jaylen
like
Brown.
and see
Up
if we
until
can.
Andy Reid won a Super Bowl, he was
Kemba
the
Walker.
Celtics of the NFL. Like, I mean,
Well, the Celtics have like 20 titles.
I'm talking about every single day.
Not about that
Yeah.
pedigree,
You know what I
but
mean? So you look at the Celtics, all the hype over the last 3-4 years. It's been a ton, right? They're the
Give me the
favorites going
Sixers.
The Rockets make out like bandits. They get 4 first-round
in.
picks.
Rockets
Yeah.
on that trade.
And they
Speaking
get-
of
they
your
got rid
U.S.
of Depot.
Well, they got rid of a problem in the best way possible.
Sure. I think that was the
Like,
best bag that you could have gotten for
I mean, the whole reason he wanted to leave is because they didn't have any money. Because speaking of UFC, Zuffa had took over. James realized, I got to get out of here. They don't want to win anymore. They got rid of Morey. They got rid of that system.
Yep.
Now you put Harden with his boy when they went to OKC and they were young.
Yeah.
The question's going to be, is there enough ball to go around? Because you got Kyrie, who's a known fucking dribbler, but a genius, but again, a one-on-one guy. KD, who's just borderline cheat code, can get anything he wants. Absolutely illegal.
Fifth best player of all time, probably.
Right, and then you got Harden, who just gets, 50-point triple-doubles.
Shout out Gino.
Maybe the
So I
third
don't know.
best NBA right now.
It's hard to go against LeBron without watching them play together and see how they're gel. But if you just look at the paper, of course this team's going to win a world title. Paper. We don't know what Nash is going to do. We don't know what adjustments he's going to do in the playoffs or any of that.
I hope
I got to
Durant
watch
might
him.
already be the best player in the
He
league.
is.
Might already be.
He
Might
is.
already be the best player in the
Dude,
league.
we don't say that out loud. Do we?
Yeah. Well, he should have been a trailblazer. I'm still fucking pissed about that.
Listen.
He couldn't do 25 fucking reps with fucking 2 wheels.
Probably still can't.
That's why they didn't do him.
Yeah,
it didn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah,
it
whatever.
did obviously didn't matter. But that's I remember Kevin.
up a championship trophy.
Right.
That's all that I care
Right,
about.
I remember.
queued up
Well,
again.
I didn't say that. That was Kevin Pritchard. Remember that was the
I
reason.
think we started a new segment called Queued Up.
Yeah, yeah.
When we get cute, livid. I love it.
Well, I love Durant.
What's the blood pressure level at? Let's put the meter up real
Yeah,
quick.
kind of
Right.
like what they have on the Sopranos talking podcast is the wingometer with fucking Paulie's wings. So yeah,
Yeah.
you could have the
Q-meter,
Q.
getting
You
queued
could.
up.
You can go with that.
Lakers are still gonna win.
Nah, probably.
I'll never say that.
I just think that the Nets sacrificed everything for nothing.
Right.
They're
The
not
long
gonna
term
win.
it kills them.
Oh, they're not going to win this year either.
Long term it kills them.
Yeah, I mean, until you beat the king, you can't do anything with it.
I still don't even think they come out of the East.
I don't know. I mean, just paper. We have to reevaluate this right now.
All the points in the world. Kyrie's a cancer. No offense to cancer. I mean, it's an insult. Cancer.
Yeah.
But just saying,
Shade.
It's just whether or not the ball movement's going to be able to be there, and they're all going to be, because if it can work that way, you can't stop them offensively.
So I very passively watch football and love to watch basketball, as everybody knows. Like, I live and breathe basketball. Okay, so huge NBA fan. So I'm an absolute NBA authority, and
I like this.
within my recent recollection,
Like a rule book's getting brought out.
whatever team LeBron James plays for has an automatic buy-in to the finals, and then
It's
it
almost
just
like a
matters.
invitation, like a Miami,
like
like
Masters.
what
Once
was
you
that,
got
like
there, you become a
Shamond
master.
or whatever?
I'll be
They would
real.
always get in the
Puts
Maui
on
and
somebody.
just automatically get to the finals. It feels that way.
To be honest with you guys, to where basketball killed me, and this is no knock at all to LeBron James, fantastic player, brought something completely new to it. But I guess my problem is that whatever team he's on, I feel like you either have superstars in that division join up together on teams, because he does his own recruiting and grabs top-tier players to himself, and then you have other teams inside that conference try and pool a bunch of superstars, Warriors or whoever it may be, and then vice versa, if you're on the other side, you have superstars leaving the conference to go join another super team on the other side. And I just, as you two growing up, I feel as basketball enthusiasts, was the 80s, 90s not better? Was the basketball not better?
The branding of basketball was
different.
Here's the problem
The
with the
era.
NBA.
You could hand
right
check.
now, any
You
of
could
us
play defense.
We could name 6 of the 8 teams that are going to be left in the top 8 in the playoffs right now, and with probably 90% accuracy across the board.
And you cannot do that with
That's
football.
why. You can't. No.
No. If I told you right now that
That's the problem with the NBA.
It's a lot more guys. It's 11 on 11 as versus 5 on 5.
No,
It's
and-
completely
and
different.
so
the
there's
balance is a little bit different though in terms of this season. If you look 1 through 15 in the West, it's only separate by 3 total games.
But is it really? I mean, so you have 1 through 15,
best of 7
but it goes like
I understand.
15,
Now
14,
that-
13.
now, what
That's
you're
the whole
saying at the
thing.
end
And then you
there,
have
4 wins.
one.
best of 7.
4 wins. That's
Right.
the whole. That's the whole.
That's the
part.
problem.
This isn't the tournament.
Right. Yeah.
This isn't a one and done
That's
tournament.
what's so exciting about March Madness.
Of course.
Sure.
That's why
Well,
they
it makes
should.
it the greatest sport of all
That's how
time.
they
It's
should
the best.
do
That's
it.
the best basketball
Yeah.
you can watch.
Can't wait till we get to the bracket.
Oh my God.
It's only about a month and a half away.
It really is.
Yeah,
It really is.
that'll be a good
Well, I think
time.
we should about wrap it up. Probably.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
So signing off for the podcast tonight, it's N2.
Cute.
J-Rod.
And your friendly neighborhood beehole.
All right, guys, check us out on the YouTube
Oh,
and
delayed
podcast.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
See ya.
All the fucking social
All the
media.
smoke.
The Q stick. Oh, it's a great show.
All the smoke. Yeah.